Stuka Joe here, and we're here at the 6th Bellota Con, and today is Friday, January 27th. This is the morning walk, even though it's about midday here. I was just arrived here and I was talking with a lot of people, having coffee, so started a little bit later, but we have more people today, and we will be doing the rounds around the table. There's new games, games that weren't here on display yesterday, and I have comments section open, and we have the ever reliable meandering Mike. Nice to see you, Mike. And of course I'll be able to see your comments. I'm going to try to do a better effort today so that I can see your comments contemporaneously to what I'm showing, and we will be walking the tables here. See, the area is fuller than yesterday. I see tables in the back now being filled up. So this is like a wide view of the venue here. This is called the IFEBA facility here in Badajoz. And we have Michael. Nice to see you. Aloha. And it's 3:30 in the morning on the West Coast. Oh boy. Yeah, there's a time difference. So yeah. So we have a lot of people, very enthusiastic crowd, because this is like last year, if you followed the Bellota Con, it was a masked event. We didn't have as much people. We have wargamers coming from Italy. Let's see if I can have a chat with them. I saw Mauro Faina around there. We have the people from Buca who arrived yesterday. Okay. Yeah, I wonder what was Mike doing? Me too. Okay. So let's walk around. Let's do the rounds. So here we go. Okay. Let's use the wide angle camera for now. So I can capture more. And we have Jay Field. Greetings from Bavaria. Yes. Nice to have you. You typically go to bed between 3 and 5 a.m. Oh boy. That's a tough schedule. Okay. So let's see what we have here. Of course, this is the booth from this is Dracuideas. They have their games for sale here. 20% discount. And they publish, obviously, games by other publishers, but they have their own original games, like this one. Tetrarchia, designed by Miguel Marquez. I think he's a Spanish designer. So you got B-17, Flying Fortress Leader. See the other games here, 300. Been published 1212. It's been well received. Navas de Tolosa, designed by Pablo Sanz. You got the scope games. These are the card games where you have to guess what kind of card is in what kind of space. Juan Nacher is the designer. You have Scope U-Boot, which is the one that just came out recently. They have Help Arrives, which is tactical system, a las barricadas system, Spanish Civil War game. It's one that I'm not a big tactical guy, but I really like to get into that system. Frontier Wars, which is an adaptation of a video game, Mol 20, España 20. So, saludo. ¿Cómo estamos? So we see the games also here, and these are games that, this is I think an English publisher, but this one's in Spanish. 18, 15, beautiful cards. And we got Rasmus from Denmark. So wait, let me put this so you can see something 1240 in Germany. Great. Okay, yeah, usually when I'm transmitting from Puerto Rico, my European subscribers are sleeping most of the time. So we see the games that they have. And this one I may pick up. This is Alea magazine. This is a Spanish magazine that includes the game. And the game here is Tishvin 1941. It's like a river crossing picture there. Saludo. Este es el último de Alea, ese. No. ¿Cuál es el último? Ah, ¿este de cuándo?
Noviembre del 22.
Ah, noviembre del 22. Oh, ok.
Y aquí quedan las que quedan. Ya.
Ah, esas son las que quedan.
A distribuirlas.
Ah, ok. Ah, yo creo que ese era el último. Yo tengo este. I have this one. Operation Backbone. Sí. Ah, está bien. Okay, so that's not the latest from Alea. I thought it was. So let's keep on going here. So you bought Help Arrives. There it is. It's a great game. Yes, I like the system. It's a really neat tactical system that emphasizes on command and control and forces you to keep your troops together. Yeah. So here you have Frontier Wars being played here, and U-Boot on the other side. This Frontier Wars, you see, it's a game where you have hexes form the battlefield, so it's very modular. And you have troops from, I think, US, Soviet Union, and the United States. Seems like there's British troops also in Japanese. And here you see U-Boot scope, the U-boat version. That's right, España 20 is a reprint by Dracuideas of the Victory Games game, yeah. I don't know about the solo system though. I would like to know if there's a solo system because I'm mostly a solo player myself. I'll try to find out. Okay. Later I'll be talking to Luis Hernandez. He's the boss at Dracuideas, and we'll be talking about all the games that he has here. Here you see, for example, this is 300, a game that's been published already and has been well received. One of these small games, which are very portable. And here you have Tetrarchia, which also has been well received. So you have it's a Roman, I don't know what year it represents. See the map there? Okay. We'll go to, let me see if they have anything else. This over here is Panzerkampf. Okay. This is Trafalgar Editions. So I covered Panzerkampf last year, and you see here more buildings and a lot of miniature tanks there. As you can see, they look pretty nice. It's miniature rules, very streamlined. The idea is to have a lot of tanks fighting with a lot of tanks. And I see some planes also. So you see there, it looks like a Stuka there. It's kind of green, but it's a Stuka, and you have the Soviet tanks. And they have another game, Tactical Commander. They're playing over here, still playing, this is Saladin being played. And here they're playing Fury in Midway, which is It's a Japanese designer. They picked up the game.
Aquí no.
Okay. Having a good time with the Midway game. And we have Marcus from Sweden. Nice to see you. This is Trafalgar Editions. This is our Waterloo game. Saludos, ¿cómo estás, José? Bien, bien. ¿Nos puede explicar este de Waterloo? Déjame darte este micrófono para que te lo enganches ahí. Okay. Que lo enganches en la camisa y hacemos el truco. Tiene un clip ahí.
Espera, que me quito esto,
Okay.
que así estorba menos.
This is José Luengo. Luengo from Trafalgar Editions. Going to show us this Waterloo game.
El sistema de movimiento del juego
Sí.
es muy sencillo, ¿no? Entonces, las unidades pueden estar en columna, como
Units
están
can
estas
be in
unidades,
column.
o pueden estar en línea.
Or in line. Okay. ¿Cuáles son las que están en columna? Which
Las
one are
que
in
están en
column?
columnas están aquí, ¿ves?
Okay, you see these are in column.
Y aquí están en columna. La artillería puede estar desplegada en el mapa o puede estar desmontada para trasladarse. Igual que la caballería puede estar igual, en línea o puede estar en columna.
The cavalry is the same, can be in column like the ones that you see here, or it can be in line. And artillery can be limbered or unlimbered. So limbered is when they're moving. ¿Cómo es la artillería cuando está moviéndose? ¿Dónde tiene?
Por ejemplo, aquí hay una que está moviéndose.
Okay,
Ahí
sí.
hay una y ahí hay otra.
See there, artillery which is moving. Y cuando está ya desplegada la artillería.
Desplegada aquí.
You see the artillery already deployed there. The unlimbered, I think is what they call it in English. Okay.
El movimiento de las unidades es muy sencillo. La infantería mueve dos piezas de movimiento, puede mover hasta dos piezas de movimiento completas de estas.
Infantry can move up to 2 movement units, which are those arrow counters that you see there.
Y la caballería puede mover hasta 4.
Cavalry can move up to 4.
Entonces, se ponen las fichas una a
place
continuación de la otra y
Movement marker there. So
mientras no haga un movimiento de más de 90 grados, la ficha
as
se
long as it
coloca al
doesn't
final de
move
la
more
línea.
than 90 degrees, you place it at the end of the movement marker, as long as it's not more than 90 degrees. Okay.
Eso es.
That's how you measure movement. So you don't have to be counting, no tiene que estar contando pulgadas ni nada de eso.
Ni nada de eso.
Porque
por
usan
los
los marcadores de movimiento. You use the markers, which are movement units.
Entonces, si hay unidades que están más o menos en el mismo nivel, no es necesario mover todas. Si se quiere mover a la par que la otra, se puede mover perfectamente y así te ahorras el tener que poner marcadores de
So
movimiento.
if they're at the same level, you don't have to use the markers. You can just place them at the same level that the first unit moved. Okay, cool. Bien.
La artillería tiene dos marcadores, dos plantillas de disparo.
Artillery uses this marker to fire. You have 2 different markers.
Una a larga distancia,
This is for long distance,
que ese sería el alcance, y la otra es para disparar metralla.
and this one is to fire
que es más-
canister.
Eso es. Entonces, cuando una unidad enemiga se acerca a una unidad de artillería, o cuando la unidad de artillería quiera disparar,
Okay.
si quiere disparar a larga distancia, tiene que tirar un dado para ver la habilidad de la dotación. La habilidad de la dotación es esto que figura aquí, el 3 pequeñito, con la raya.
Okay, so this is when artillery is firing at moving infantry, at a moving target, it has to roll for la habilidad de qué?
El 3 que está subrayado, el pequeñito.
Okay, ¿qué significa esa habilidad?
Eso significa que si yo quiero disparar con la artillería a distancia, la
Sí.
grande, tengo que tirar un dado. Y si sale 3 o más, logro impactar a la unidad. O sea, yo tiraría el dado, sale un 5, con lo cual he sacado más de 3 e impacta a la artillería, a la unidad.
Okay, you have to roll higher than the value indicated on the artillery piece to see if you hit the target.
Y ya luego se tiraría en la tabla con los modificadores que fueran para ver el daño o el efecto que tiene la artillería en esa unidad.
And if you hit, then you have to roll for damage on this table that you have here. So you have to hit first with the artillery, Y si la unidad está moviendo, obviamente es más
No,
difícil darle.
Si está moviendo, no. Si está a distancia.
Ah,
En
si
el,
está a
caso,
distancia.
en el caso de la metralla,
Ah, ok.
no necesita para disparar a... No necesita tirar la habilidad de la artillería.
For
Sino
canister, you don't need a 2-hit roll,
Eso es.
so you automatically roll for damage. Tú tiras el dado para
Para
el
directamente
daño.
tiras el dado de daño para ver
ok.
qué hace. Y además tiene un modificador
Ok,
extra,
got
que es la metralla de artillería, que sumaría +1 a la tirada de dados.
So there's a modifier for the canister of +1. So for artillery, you have to hit and then determine damage, but not for canisters. If you're within canister range, it's automatic damage that you're going to receive. You have to roll to see how much the damage is. Nada, la pregunta que me está haciendo aquí Michael es que se ve fantástico el juego, it looks great. Is it going to be only in Spanish? ¿Si va a estar en español solamente o no?
No, está en español y en inglés.
It's going to be in Spanish and English. Okay. Let me see, I got here J Field. Okay. The YOLO box. Yes, I'll later talk about the YOLO box.
Este es Waterloo y aquel es
Great, thank you, thank you.
el mismo sistema.
And Trafalgar Games, great games, beautiful production, dice Howard Montgomery, le gusta mucho los juegos de Trafalgar, la producción.
Sí. Este también incluye prusiano.
Ok, la pregunta que me hacen aquí,
Dime.
¿a qué escala están las unidades? ¿Son qué? What are the units?
Las unidades están a tamaño, son brigadas.
Son brigadas, es brigade scale.
Las
Okay.
unidades de caballería están más, digamos, no son, están agrupadas en... Es que ahí, cuando hicimos lo de las escalas, si lo hubiéramos hecho a tamaño muy pequeño,
Sí.
lo que pasa es que hubieran salido muchas más
Demasiadas
unidades.
unidades, pues las unidades de caballería son combinaciones de
Son combinaciones, sí, porque
¿Combinaciones
había
de qué?
veces que en
¿De
un
brigada
mismo
o de
grupo
cuál?
había a lo mejor infantería ligera y había lanceros.
Ah, ok.
Y se cogió del que había más componentes en esa unidad para determinar si
Ok,
es
so-
una unidad ligera, una unidad de lanceros o de coraceros o dragones o lo que
Más
fuera.
que una brigada. Por ejemplo,
No.
la famosa carga británica de la Union Brigade.
Sí,
La Union Brigade es una ficha
son,
¿Sabes lo que
fueron
te
los
digo?
Ponsonby y Somers.
Eso, lo de Ponsonby.
Están aquí, son estas dos unidades, estas tres unidades.
Okay.
Esto es Ponsonby, todo esto.
Este es Ponsonby y este es Somerset.
Pero estas fichas que estamos
Lo
viendo,
pone ahí,
¿las
¿no?
va a traer al juego
¿Qué
o
es lo que
está...?
pone?
No, las unidades de resina es un prototipo que hemos hecho para traer aquí a las Bellota
Ah, ok.
y la queremos sacar próximamente. Las unidades
Las de
vienen
resina, ok.
en fichas de cartón.
Okay, originally the units come in cardboard. These are resin type
Waterloo
units that they
está en
are
este
doing
tipo de
for
unidades.
prototype.
José, estas son las unidades que vienen en el
Okay,
juego.
a ver si le como.
Y Austerlitz, sí.
Okay, the
Austerlitz
units
igual, viene
come-
con unidades.
The game comes like this.
Pero
These
Austerlitz, el juego sí,
units
sí,
that are in
Pero lo
cardboard.
que pasa es que las
I'm
unidades
going to
en
ask
resina
him
no.
about I think you guys really like the resin type units because I really like them a lot.
Como ese, eso es.
It gives the game like a 3D
Este ya se
quality.
puede comprar, ¿no?
Sí, sí, sí.
¿Cuánto vale?
Ahí está el precio. Ahora te lo
So
digo.
let me ask him about it because I
Ahora-
think Mike, I think you
Está
like
mola.
the resin type units. Okay. Pregunta, ¿esas de resina va a ser como opcional para la gente? O?
Sí, es
Ok.
como antes dábamos la opción de comprar los tacos de madera con etiquetas y vamos a dar la opción también de comprar las miniaturas en resina.
So it would be an add-on. The resin type units would be an add-on. You would receive the game with this would be the standard, which are the cardboard pieces. And I'm trying to give a close-up there so you can see the detail. Because they have some detail in the, let me see if I can capture the detail here. So, que le vamos a enseñarle el detalle de la ficha porque también, aunque son de cartón, tienen su detalle, ¿no? Tiene mucha información. So
En
here
el
we
caso
see
del cartón en un lado vienen formación en línea
they're
y por-
in line in
y
one
por el
side,
otro lado vienen formación en
and
columna.
then they're in column on the other side. So this is the standard. This is what it will include. But if you want to upgrade the units, then ustedes van a estar ofreciendo las de resina.
Sí, vamos a dar, el juego bien básico viene con este, pero vamos a dar la opción de coger también la resina a quien lo quiera.
Y si yo escojo la opción de resina, van a venir así como se ven ese.
Pero vienen sin pintar.
Ah, bien, okay, por eso okay. If you choose the resin option, they will come like this, but without painting. Okay, so we want to be clear. I mean, so some of you guys can't paint anything because you don't have I understand that, but others, you can do some arts and craft. These look wonderful, and look at los que tienen la bandera, que son
Son los mandos,
they're the commanders or
los comandantes
the flags
de los
there.
cuerpos.
Okay. So you got Derlon there, but you would have to paint that. Okay. No, they look terrific. You see the units there. Yes, so I wanted to make that clear. You receive the cardboard pieces, but if you want to go all the way, then you get the resin and you have to paint them, but it really looks wonderful there. You can see the detail in the letters. They stand out, easy to read, the factors.
¿Tienes la opción de resinas?
Sí, la daremos, todavía no, pero la daremos en un futuro.
That's what it is.
Okay.
No, es como un extra que se puede comprar aparte.
So, ¿en qué estado está este juego de desarrollo? ¿En what state of development is this one, José?
Waterloo.
Sí.
Waterloo hemos hecho la tercera edición y ahora mismo la tenemos agotada.
Waterloo, the third edition is out and it's okay. Yo creía que este era.
No,
So estaba a la venta y está agotada.
Está agotada y ahora haremos la cuarta edición de Waterloo.
So they're going to go for the fourth edition.
No, no hay cambios en las reglas. Las reglas siguen siendo igual.
No, igual.
Sigue siendo igual.
¿Cómo se calcula el movimiento si no hay hexágono?
Con fichas de movimiento de estas, que es lo que estábamos antes
So
explicando.
the question that he's asking is when we saw that, how's movement calculated? Use these movement unit
Pueden mover
markers.
hasta dos. La
So
unidad de infantería mueven hasta
Each
dos.
unit of movement is one marker,
Entonces tú
so, and
colocas
infantry
la
moves
ficha
up to 2,
Y la
and
unidad
advances
avanza
as you saw there. For infantry, cavalry moves up to 4,
más o menos
which
como
is
una hora.
really the elegant
Simula una hora de
elegance
tiempo
of this
real.
system is this. You don't have to be measuring with a tape, inches and stuff like that.
La dirección que tú quieres.
You use
Claro,
these
siempre que no
movement
hagas
as long as it's
un
not
movimiento de más de
90
90 grados,
degrees.
lo
If
puedes
it's
mover.
90 degrees, I think you have to pay a movement factor for it. So that's how this system works.
Lo que sí-
Si es 90 grados o más, tiene que pagar un
Claro, porque si la unidad mueve, por ejemplo, aquí, mueve uno y quiere mover 90 grados, esto sería el coste del segundo punto de
that would be the
movimiento.
second movement point would be spent on moving those 90 degrees. That's how it works.
Y siempre puede también hacer un movimiento lateral de uno para un lado, puede moverse
So you can
lateralmente.
do a lateral movement of 1 to the side, okay. So that you can also do that, y ahí le costaría los 2 puntos.
Sí. Aquí en el juego lo que tienes que tener bastante cuidado es cómo posicionas a las tropas. ¿Por qué? Porque si nosotros, por
Gotta be
ejemplo,
careful
estamos
how you
ahí
position the troops.
en esa situación,
Like in this particular situation you're seeing there, see.
imaginemos que la artillería va a disparar a la unidad de infantería que viene en
Say the
columna.
artillery is going to fire at that infantry unit that you see there. ¿Qué pasó?
Y por el resultado del combate,
Sí.
resulta que la unidad tiene que retroceder, siempre lo va a tener que hacer en dirección contraria de donde vino el ataque, que en este caso es aquí.
Let's say the unit has to retreat. It has to retreat always in the opposite direction from which the fire came. So
Como tiene que mover por lo menos uno,
it has to
se
move one.
chocaría con la
It's
unidad
going
que
to
está
run
detrás.
into their comrades.
Chocan los
Y eso
dos
no es bueno.
y los dos se desorganizan.
So both become disorganized. So
Se pondría
you
un
got to
marcador
be
de
careful
desorganización.
how you position your units because you don't want your units retreating into your
Marcador
other
de
units.
desorganización.
And that
Entonces,
can
¿qué es lo que
happen.
pasa? Las unidades desorganizadas no se pueden mover y no se pueden disparar y además tienen un penalizador al combate que se le añade al atacante si fueran atacadas las unidades.
So if they're attacked again and then they're disorganized, you're going to get a modifier that's it penalizes your
Las
units.
unidades que vienen desplegadas en columnas. ¿no?
Puedes desplegarlas en columna o en línea.
O en línea.
Eso es.
Cualquier unidad que puedes decidir desplegarla en columna.
Yes, you got
Y
to
puedes
keep your
cambiar la
line, but also
Y
in
puedes
a way
cambiar la
that
formación.
if you have to retreat, you're not going to disorganize the other
Las tablas son las que
units in
tenemos
your
ahí.
army. Yeah.
Que son distintas si estás en columna o en
Eso
línea.
es, eso es.
So yes, so
Entonces-
that's something you have to take into consideration when placing your units and concentrating them. You have to do it in a way that you avoid these situations. If you have to retreat, you don't want to retreat into your own troops because they're going to become disorganized and then further they're going to be further, attract more fire. Pues está muy bien, José. Este es la cuarta edición
Esta es
viene este juego.
la cuarta edición en la que tendremos que hacer la siguiente.
So the fourth edition is coming up with the markers, the counters that we have here. And for those of you who like arts and craft and can paint, this is what it can look like. Ustedes no venden ninguna opción de que vengan pintadas ya. No.
Hemos pintado algunos, sí, nos lo piden algunas veces, lo hemos hecho.
So they've painted y obviamente a un costo adicional, ¿no?
Esto es. Sí, estas están pintadas.
Y eso vendría un costo adicional.
Eso tenía un costo adicional.
That has an additional cost, of course. So for those of you who can't paint anything, there's a possibility you get the resin option, and they would paint it for you at an additional cost. So maybe it's a good idea, get a game, try it. It looks very playable because of the system with the arrows. And if you like it, then go for the resin, because it really looks, you see those lines forming there, it looks pretty realistic in terms of lines and the columns. And it looks very elegant and playable in one sitting. So este juego es un juego que parece que se mueve bastante rápido, ¿no? Cuando se juega.
Sí, se juega. El procedimiento de juego es muy sencillo y no te lo he contado antes, pero tiene una única tabla, que es esta que ves aquí abajo. Te la voy a poner en inglés. No la tengo en inglés. Bueno, es esta tabla. La tabla de efectos es única para los dos. Y lo único que hay que sumar los modificadores si son en el momento del disparo o modificadores de combate, pero los resultados siguen siendo.
Modifiers for fire combat. And you also have modifiers for combate. Esto es cuando están ya
En combate cuerpo a cuerpo.
Cuerpo a cuerpo. It's close combat. So you have modifiers for those two types of combats in the player aid card there that you see there.
Entonces, dependiendo del tipo de formación que tengan, pues van a tener una serie de modificadores que se van a añadir al combate.
Depending on the formation, then there's going to be some modifiers, and it's explained there. So you have it all in the one side of a player aid card. So it's readily available. So estoy diciendo que está todo en una cara de una hoja de ayuda, o sea que se ve bastante accesible, ¿no?
Sí, es un juego muy fluido. Siempre cuando coge la dinámica del juego, los turnos van rápido.
Okay. Pues muchas gracias, José, por enseñarnos
muchas gracias a ti.
El Waterloo, y estaremos dando las rondas por ahí y volveremos para cuando estén enseñando otro de los juegos.
Muy bien.
Okay, está bien.
Muchas
gracias, José. Okay.
A ver si me lo puedo quitar. Ahí va.
Okay, gracias, José. Okay. That was José Luengo from Trafalgar Editions. So let's keep on doing the rounds. Okay, so Michael likes it, the fourth edition, so you're going to keep an eye. And we got Brun. Hello, Brun. Nice to see you. So let's keep on going here. And let's see what else is being played. Okay. This was, I think, did I cover this one yesterday? I don't think so. Niels Johansson is there with, I think it's Gonzalo Santa Cruz from, this is one originally published by White Dog Games. So you got the Spanish edition published by, this is a Ben R. Madison game. I did a video on a playthrough of this game, really interesting. You take the side of the coalition against Napoleon. So you're trying to take Napoleon down. They also have Assault on Madrid, which is a game published originally in Battles magazine. We'll be talking to them in a while. And let's see what else is being played. We got a game of Successors over here. Okay. And And they're playing Triumph and Tragedy over here. Triumph and Tragedy. Este juego me suena. Me suena ese juego. ¿Cómo están?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Bien, bien.
Quería saludar.
José Ruiz,
¿Qué tal?
un placer. ¿Cómo va ese juego?
Bien, bien.
¿Y tú eres qué? Tú eres el eje. Sí, tienes una cara de eje ahí. Sí. Te parece que te va bien, ¿no?
De momento sí.
De momento va bien. ¿Y los rusos? ¿Tú eres ruso?
Me están haciendo el avión, pero bueno.
So the Russians are starting to suffer the effect of the game. ¿Y quién es el jugador del oeste aquí? Está cogiendo un descanso. Okay.
Para que se le viene encima ahora.
Este juego, this is a game that I did a video on. This is one of my most viewed videos. I did the example of play. Hice el ejemplo de juego que está en el manual. Y todo el mundo le gusta, parece que es útil. Pero yo como soy jugador solitario, yo lo ponía sobre lo que llaman un lazy Susan y le daba la vuelta así. Pero aquí llegó el jugador del oeste. Así que, ¿en qué año están?
1939.
Ah, they're still in 1939. Okay. So now the war is starting. Okay, so estaremos dando la ronda a ver cómo se desarrolla aquí el Triumph and Tragedy. Okay. Gracias. Okay. So they're having fun with Triumph and Tragedy. And let's see what else we have. This is the nuts. This is, well, I'm in the middle of some nuts publishing, but this is the headquarter games. This is the World at War Europe. The game that was published yesterday. Aquí está Carlos, ¿cómo está?
Estamos muy bien.
¿Cómo está la cosa?
Hemos estado en la conferencia sobre Vietnam.
Oh, the Vietnam, there was a Vietnam conference. We're with Carlos Velázquez, one of the bosses here at the Bellota Co.
¡Viva Cuba Libre!
So Carlos likes to play games a lot. He's a war gamer, and he's one of my friends here. That's one of the reasons I come to the Bellota Co. is that man, Carlos Velázquez. He's a great guy. You have here The Mission, another Ben R. Madison game, and I like his games a lot. I haven't done as many videos as I would like to make. I have to do more on his games. So we have here more. This is the game on the Philippines being played. ¿Cómo están? Saludos. Este es el de la Filipina, ¿no?
Sí.
So they're playing this. This is a game on the campaign in the Philippines and the Hispano-American War. Let me see if I can catch here. It's called Filipinas 1896 to 1898. Just one. I'm personally keeping an eye on that one because I'm really interested in that one. Okay. So let's keep on going. And this one is, you probably have seen one, Mrs. Thatcher's War. This is originally published by White Dog Games. This is a Spanish version by Headquarter Games. I like the layout of the map here. It looks like it's different from the White Dog game publication. You have it all in one mounted map board. So that looks very nice, very nicely done. We'll be coming back to, this is the walk, and I'm still like in the first tables here. This is a game that is really interesting also, the Nineveh game by Nuts Publishing. It looks almost, this is going to be published very soon. Block game, it has cards, but it's like a random activation. Really interesting. Let's see what's here. We have this War Without an Enemy. So this game's been published already. The designers, Scott Moores, ¿cómo están? ¿La están pasando bien con el juego?
Sí, está muy bien el juego.
Ah, qué bien. Esta es la guerra civil inglesa, ¿no? Es English Civil War, block game, y veo que hay cartas también. Okay, so you got cards, so they're having a good time with this. This is one I have to play. Yo lo tengo, pero no lo he jugado todavía.
Está muy entretenido.
está bueno, ahí está.
El diseñador nos explicó el juego y
Sí, está el diseño. Ahí está Scott. That's his baby. Sí. Bueno, pues
Aquí hay combate.
sigan pasándola bien.
Sí,
venga.
Ok, muy bien. ¿Cómo no? There, got we're in Vuka land now, but before this one's nuts also. This one is a small game I'm interested in, the Port Arthur game. Looks very nice. We're in Vuka and they're playing Bismarck. And you can see it has a screen.
Si quieres, Ah, vale, no. Lánzala si quieres. Sí, tírala ahora a ver si.
And this is the other side of the screen, so you can see it's
Tira ahora igualmente porque a ver si
it's
saca.
a double blind system.
It's just one roll. Yes, you just roll one die on the 3 to 9.
Playing Bismarck. Here. This one I didn't see yesterday. Traces of War. Ah, it's a VUCA game by Tetsuya Nakamura. Okay. So what do you guys think? What topic is it from the cover? It's definitely a German tank. Knocked out, and Soviets in the background. So let's take a closer look at the map. So here's the map. Traces of War. Let me see if I can, okay, zoom in because there's some plexi. This is in Ukraine. You see Dnepropetrovsk there. You see Kharkov. So this has to do with Kharkov. So this is a one that's gonna come soon, I suppose. Traces of War. Yes, this is new. And yes, it is another VUCA game. These guys are popping up games pretty quickly. See if I can see the turn record track and I'll... Okay, here it is. August 1943. So this must be the Soviet offensive. 43 offensive in the Ukraine, and it goes up to March 44. So that's why the Soviets start there and they're going to sweep around and try to capture. Here you see Kiev. Basically very similar positions to the ones in the current war, but you have Soviets and Germans, so very interesting. See if we can zoom in on the counters. Can take a closer look. See that 23rd Panzer Division, 8/510. Got the silhouette. I like the tank silhouettes. And then you have NATO symbols for infantry and motorized infantry. Is it the same mechanics as the other VUCA games? I really don't know. I would have to ask the guys. They're playing now Bismarck, so let's keep on walking because we have a lot of people this morning. We have playing a tactical game there. What game is this?
Súmate un punto de momento.
Okay. This is Kawakajima. This is I think this is a French game on particular samurai battle. You can see I had a lot of glare there. It's a fairly new system that came out. That looks interesting. Let me see if I can. I'm getting the comments, hitting the comments button involuntarily. Sorry about that. This Quatre Bras. This is Hexasim. We see Pacific War. Pacific War, ustedes son bien valientes. Got Iván Cáceres playing Pacific War. It's a big game. Yeah. Mont Saint John. And this is, I think, Mont Saint John. This is from Cross. Let's say Clash of Arms. Ah, bien, ¿cómo estamos?
¿Qué tal? Uy,
Saludos.
te cojo. ¿Qué tal? ¿Bien?
Muy bien, estamos en vivo aquí.
Ah, que estáis en vivo.
Estamos en vivo, pero sí, pero no hay problema.
Perdona.
Ah, no hay ninguno. Saludos.
¿Qué tal?
¿Y qué juego es este?
Esto es de la serie VAR. Este es el Praga.
Ah, okay. This is Prague. This is the VAR series, the war in the...
La de los 7 años.
Oh, 7 years war. Oh, okay. Okay, so this one is... Here you see the box. Prague, okay. A beautiful map. War in the Age of Reason is the series. See, I remember. Okay. And successors. It's a very popular game here in the Bellota, always successors. And they're setting up Paths of Glory, classic game, World War I, card-driven game, Ted Racer. El design, no, que este es el juego de Ted Racer, Paths of Glory, este es un clásico.
Sí, ya, un clásico. Yes,
Ya
a
ustedes están
classic.
recogiendo o montando.
Montando.
Ah,
Estamos
okay,
montando.
they're setting
Vamos
up.
a jugarlo a la tarde.
Okay, great.
Vamos a intentar jugarlo. Bueno, vamos a intentar jugarlo. En nuestro club jugamos a 4 jugadores.
Ah, okay. A
Y
4
entonces
jugadores.
Vamos a explicar a más gente, a algunos más que se han apuntado para jugar con 4 jugadores en 2 mesas.
They play with 4 players. Y cuando juega 4 jugadores, ¿quiénes son los jugadores? O sea, ¿quién controla qué? When you play 4 players.
Imperio Ruso
Okay, you have a Russian player,
y Serbia.
Rumanía y Serbia.
and he controls Serbia, okay,
Yes.
And Italy.
and Italy. Ah, okay.
Y luego potencias occidentales. Francia.
Ah, okay, and then you have the other player with the West powers. You have the United Kingdom and France, and then on the German side you have an East and a West player, I suppose, right? Uno al oeste.
Pero Alemania juega toda Alemania, o sea, son naciones,
Ah, okay.
no frentes.
Oh, you have a German player and then Austro-Hungarian player is the other player?
Austria, Hungría,
And Turkey and Bulgaria, they come in.
Alemania,
Andinos.
Ah, ok, good. Está interesante. No sabe, jugarlo a 4, está interesante.
Sí.
Si vienes, estaré.
No, estaremos cubriendo. Yo estoy caminando por aquí todo el día. Ok, gusto en verlo. Hasta luego. So that's Paths of Glory, classic. Keep on walking. We got Salerno 43 here, being set up. That's from Mike Simonich. Here we see another game that is very popular here, Hearts and Minds. I think that's by John, is it John Gorkowski or Poniski? I don't know. It's very popular always. See it always at conventions. Mira para allá. Unconditional surrender here. See it now, this is a guy designed by Sal Vasta here being played. We're going over here. See what they set up over here. I haven't seen this. Ah, this is the de los Imperios. Eastern empires, Western empires. So this is, sí.
Yo en Stuka yo es
Sí.
el de internet,
Sí,
el de las cartas para jugar en solitario.
sí, eso mismo. José Ruiz.
Pues oiga, es un placer conocerlo.
Ah, un placer. ¿Cuál es tu nombre?
Fernando.
Ah,
Alcorta.
Fernando. Ah,
sí,
pues sí.
porque alguna vez he visto algún vídeo y tal.
¿Qué tamaño tú eres de camisa?
XL.
XL, pues. Te vamos a traer una esta tarde, ¿ok? Ok.
Muchas gracias.
Tú vas a estar ahí, ¿verdad?
Vamos ahí.
Ok, muy bien. Ok, gracias, Fernando. So this is the Eastern Western Empires. This is like a big empire building. Este juego. We got Sergio Alama here. Este es el Empires ese. Tú eres el moderador aquí, ¿verdad?
Yo soy el moderador junto con Raúl.
Ok, pues explícame cómo se juega todo el juego en 2 minutos.
Dos minutos. Mira, el gobierno nos ha cedido la copia del Eastern Empire, que es Imperio de Oriente. Aquí ahora mismo hay 2 juegos.
Ok, there's 2 games here.
2 games. Hay un tablero que nos falta proponer. Es un juego que cada juego por separado nos permite jugar 9 jugadores.
Ok, cada juego. Each separate game, Western and Eastern, you can play 9 players. So
Si juntamos los dos podemos llegar
put them
hasta 18.
together, there's 18 players.
Aquí estamos ahora mismo 13 jugadores.
They got 13 players here in this particular game that they're going to play with 13 players. Me recuerda mucho al Civilization de...
Es el Civilization,
de-
es la última edición de Civilization.
Oh, okay, so this is like the latest edition of Civilization that was published. I don't know if originally, I have the Avalon Hill edition. It was a lot of fun.
Esta edición está publicada por 999 Games.
¿Ya esto está publicado? Ah, yo no sabía, o sea, esto no es un prototipo, esto ya está.
No, 999 Games.
Oh, ok.
Y tenemos
I gotta
un juego de
get this.
civilizaciones, como todo el mundo conoce ya, porque tiene bastantes años, en su última versión, con un apartado gráfico totalmente nuevo,
Oh, great.
con unas reglas muy pulidas,
Wow, it's got
con una posibilidad de
Polish
jugar
rules, the
multijugadores.
graphics look like... ¿Este juego lo venden en la Bellota?
Este juego lo venden 99 Games.
¿Lo tienen aquí?
No, yo venderlo no, aquí no lo tengo.
Aquí no lo tiene, ok, está bien.
No.
99 games, so I'll be checking it out because I really like Civilization, but my Civilization copy is so shut up that I can't do a video on it.
El apartado gráfico
Let's look at the cards.
ha mejorado muchísimo y han editado un montón de cartas, han ajustado reglas
Wow, no, it looks terrific, looks great.
y bueno, hay avances, van cada vez siendo más caros,
Okay,
cada vez mejoran más tu
you have the
civilización
advancements and everything,
hasta
the
las
cards.
maravillas
The Wonders of the World card.
290.
Ah, está fabuloso. Ah, contra, pero es que no sabía ese detalle que era... Ah, bueno, sí lo debí, mira, me recuerdo las cartas estas de los recursos aquí, las chiquititas.
Sí, son
Esas
estas
son,
las cartas
sí.
de los recursos, mira,
That's Civilization, yeah.
cartas de los recursos
Yeah, you got them there, Civilization.
y cuantas más repeticiones consigues,
Exacto.
más puntos tienes para poder comprar este tipo de cartas.
Okay,
Son
you
las que
use
te van a
them,
dar avance.
use those cards in combinations to buy the advancement cards. Yeah. No,
El
está,
juego te va exigiendo, conforme van pasando las diferentes etapas, te va exigiendo una serie de requisitos.
as the eras pass, then you have more requirements in order for your civilization to
Te
flourish.
piden ciudades, te piden tener
You gotta construct cities, you gotta get advancements,
o avances de una determinada cantidad de dinero, cada vez más complicado.
or particular money. Okay, so that se ve.
Siempre hay un conflicto al final entre las civilizaciones vecinas y
And of course, the civilizations, they expand, and you're going to run into another civilization, and then you have to fight it out with your neighbor, which is always happens in this game when you're expanding. And you can see está precioso, está
espectacular. a mí
Está
me encanta.
genial.
Es divertido, muy divertido. el
sí,
juego.
no,
Puede jugar cualquiera, ¿eh?
Sí.
Es un juego que permite explicarlo muy poco a poco y sin meterte una explicación aquí de 3
Sí,
cuartos de hora.
lo bu-
explica,
sí.
En 5 minutos, 10 minutos estás jugando.
no, y lo bueno es que los primeros turnos, the first turns,
rapidísimo.
tú estás expandiendo, moviendo, aprendiendo unas mecánicas, entonces vas aprendiendo otras
Ya, ya
mecánicas.
puedo hacer esto, pues te lo explico.
Exacto.
Ahora ya puedo hacer esto, te lo explico. Y entonces juega rápido. y fácil.
Está muy bien, pues muchas gracias, Sergio, por la explicación. Thanks for the explanation. I'm going to keep an eye on this. This is, because I'm a civilization. We used to play this a lot with my brothers and my family. So this is the new version of Civilization, Eastern Empires and Western Empires. You can play up to 18 people. They're playing 13 people here. ¿Están trading ustedes? No deal. Ah, okay.
Se ha acabado el comercio. Se ha acabado el comercio.
The commerce rate is up. So these guys, you know, one good sign of coming to a convention, because there's a lot of games that get published, is when I see the people having fun, that's the game I want to buy. Other games that are, I'm not going to tell any names, say any names, but other games that are so well produced, but I've come to conventions and people are scratching their heads and they're for 2 hours. But this is classic. This is Civilization. It's a proven system. And this is, of course, 18 players, Eastern, Western. So it looks really interesting. We got the blue tweezers with us. Hello, blue. So let's keep on going. And this is Abyss of Lament, and they're playing here. We checked this game yesterday. Now they're playing the game. And there's a designer, Serge Bettencourt. So we see, and I have to sit down a minute and switch cameras. And so don't go away. It's gonna take less than a minute, because my first camera is my spare camera, the one I'm using. So you're gonna see the Stuka Joe logo for a few seconds while I switch the camera, because this has been a 2-hour, or it's going to be like a 2-hour walk the way this is going. I haven't even reached NAC Wargames yet, so I'm going to be right back. And okay, and we are back. Just switch the camera, and let's keep on going. Let me see, we got a comment by Michael. Okay, 999 is a Dutch company. They have an extensive portfolio of Eurogames. Okay, well, I'll be checking it out, because Civilization, I have really fond memories. Having a lot of great time with I remember the trade phase was pretty interesting, and it's an expansion, conquer game, always good. So let's keep on going. So we're going here, they're playing Zero. This is originally designed by Dan Versen, but this is the GMT Zero. This is a Down in Flames series. And here they're playing, what is this? What game is this? Oh, this is A Day of Heroes este. ¿Qué juego es este? ¿Ah? Oh, Libia. Ah, yo tengo el de Mogadishu. Este,
Es el mismo. Es la expansión.
Esta es la expansión. Okay, A Day of Heroes, Lock and Load. And this is now A Day of Villainy, the Libyan Civil War.
The Libyan Civil War, loyalists and revolts.
Okay, and there you have the loyalists against the rebels, and it looks beautiful. Looks really nice. So now they're taking.
This is a column of rebels and very important people that is moving, but it's in Europe. It's in this. In this pickup, in this technical.
Okay.
And the objective of the rebel force is to move all along the road in this way.
Okay, so the rebels have to exit that.
And the loyalist forces are places here.
Okay, they have to block them.
And have to block them. And
Okay, so avoid. So it's an enter and exit scenario, right?
Yeah, we have put some obstacles there and there, and blocks, and they have
You have roadblocks, RPGs, a lot of nasty stuff awaiting the rebels, right? Yeah.
And behind this block, this burning vehicle, we have another RPG.
An RPG there behind a burning vehicle.
Trying to stop the technicals and the ammo.
Okay, so
this kind of weapons are very dangerous for technical. Technical has a very very weak
defense
and no armor.
Yeah, because they're commercial vehicles that have been equipped with machine guns and
heavy machine guns or this kind of weapon are very dangerous for them.
So you like the system, the lock and load system? Okay, great. And this is a topic I didn't know they had this one out. And looks really interesting.
I recommend this model and the Vietnam model.
And the Vietnam model.
This is the modern era.
The modern area, okay. 1960 to the present, lock and load, okay.
There are scenarios of Soviets in Afghanistan.
Okay.
and Mogadiscio, Libya,
Mogadishu, Libya, okay.
Malvinas, Falklands.
Malvina. They're having a lot of fun there. And this one is War of the Rings played over here. And here we come to Do It games. So they have the downfall of the This is statecraft. This is a political game. It's being played. Solitaire gamers, I forgot. Yes, there's an interesting game for solitaire gamers that everybody at the Bellota, every attendee gets, and it's called it's the Path of the Spanish Army. I forget the name. Designed by Daniel Hernandez Iniesta. It's a solitaire game that everybody gets at the Bellota Con. And I got 2 copies, so I may raffle one, and I'm definitely going to do a video on that game. And we have Eric. Good morning. And Howard, you like the transition? Okay. We did list. So we got here Do It games. You got Victor Català there. He's about to sit. We have Empires. This is the World War I, downfall of empires. And you, sí, ¿no?
Tú me avisas cuando quieras, te hago un rato el briefing.
Pues sí, sí.
Estaba buscando antes que no estaba jugando.
Así no, cuando termine el recorrido te vengo a buscar. Sí, está bien. Okay, so we're going to have an interview with Victor Català as soon as I finish the walkthrough here, the morning walk. Here you have Downfall of the Third Reich being played also. So it's a game that a lot of people enjoy. Here we're going to the Bellica Third Generation. We saw them playing this game yesterday. Here you see David Gomez Reyoso and Mauro Faina. They're talking there. Let's have a good time. And here we have playing a prototype. ¿Y de qué? ¿Ese prototipo de qué?
El asalto a la universitaria.
Ah, la ciudad universitaria, la guerra civil. Ah, nice. De Madrid. No pasarán. Y aquí parece que están pasando.
No, ha ganado República.
Okay. This is the assault on the university city during the Civil War in Madrid, 1937. 1936. So this is, and the white pieces are, ¿quiénes son los blancos?
Nacionales, con las banderas de la
Nationalist
Unión,
white.
and the República.
And the Republicans.
Militias
So you got,
and international brigades.
you got international brigades, you got militias. Sí, pero no quiero que chote, no, que digan dónde están, porque ahí pierden.
No, ya.
Ya acabaron. Ah, ok. ¿Quién ganó? La República ganó. Wow. So the Republic won another battle in addition to Guadalajara. This is the other one they won. No, está bien. I'm just joking. Okay, so, ¿y qué le pareció el juego?
Historical things within the... It's a tie.
Bueno, sí, aquí esto fue...
Esto fue un empate victoria.
Okay.
Claro, victoria porque los nacionales querían tomar Madrid, no lo quiso.
Okay, yes. In history, the nationalists weren't able to take Madrid in 1936. ¿Y este juego quién lo diseñó? ¿Quién es el diseñador aquí? Paco también. Ah, ese Paco está acabando, Paco. Entonces allá veo uno con el mapa de España completo. Vamos a ver aquel.
Este es un juego de la guerra civil, de la guerra de independencia española.
Ah, de la guerra de independencia. Oh. So this is a game about this, they call it the Spanish War of Independence, which is independence from Napoleon. And this is one map game. You see blocks. Very beautiful map. You got Portugal also. So this is one we'll be talking to Paco later about because it's definitely interesting. And I'm doing the walk. I'm not supposed to interview anybody, but I get as I get carried away. So, okay, Mike, get some sleep. Okay. So now we're going to go to Asedio al Andalus. This is a game that's going to be published by NAC. And this is Attack on El Andalus, which is the area of Spain occupied by the Muslims. Miguel, ¿cómo está?
Muy buenas.
Saludos.
Aquí mostrándoles Asedio al Andalus, estos valientes que están jugando
Esto sí.
al Juego de Tronos de la España medieval.
Ah, pues está muy bien.
Sufriendo mucho. Bueno, pregúntale al lobo, que es el que más goza por sus fiestas sensuales.
Okay, so this is like the game, a Game of Thrones, but in a historical context with the region known as Al-Andalus, which is the area controlled by the Moors in Spain. I believe this is the year 1159 to 1213 approximately. So we're going to be talking probably to Miguel later on when he has more time here. And we have here the 30 Years War going on. Daniel, ¿cómo estamos? ¿Cómo va esa guerra a los 30 años? ¿Por qué año?
Estamos intentando conquistar a Alemania.
Alemania, pero no se dejan, no se dejan. Bien, ¿cómo estamos?
Magnífico juego y magnífica compañía.
Ah, pues muy bien, qué bueno. Me alegro.
Tienes que dejar de jugar a un juego.
Eso me dice todo el mundo, lo que pasa es que mira,
Hemos conseguido
este
que
año hay...
después de 5 años juegue algo.
Mira,
No puede ser que José tarde 5 años.
no, pero tú estás trabajando en este juego que para NAC y tú también hiciste el que se le dio a todos los attendees. Entonces me preguntaron, I was asked if any solitaire war game was being displayed. Yes, El Camino Español is a solitaire war game.
And that's a game that probably in 1-2 months we are going to develop and put it in player for free, so we don't pay any money for that.
Okay.
So we are just waiting
Sounds
for
good.
some time.
I have 2 copies because I gave one to me and one to my wife. So I'm telling all my subscribers when I get home, vamos a hacer un sorteo and I'm going to give out the other copy
And that's something that
and
we
show a
have to do.
video.
I can do it after he was on the recording that. I will give him some copies.
Okay, if you give me extra copies, I
If
can.
you want to make it like a rough shuffle, I mean, you want
I'll definitely do a playthrough on the game and I do a live broadcast and I'll give out some copies. So. No, I saw, yeah, Neil Johansson.
And
Yeah.
the admin of the club is made by Donald Haggerty.
Donald Haggerty does the artwork here.
I mean, so we are going to
Yes.
focus on the color binded people, on all every single thing that we need to make sure like people they enjoy it.
Okay, good. No, it's a wonderful topic and it looks it's coming out very nicely. I like it very much. So let's see what. Okay. So we have many people. I think the arena is getting full here. See it? Ah, okay, gracias.
So you can get it to the people. Just
Okay, so this is gonna be, I'm gonna be giving these away in my live streams. It's called El Camino Español. And thank you.
To register for the class because it's for free, so the registration doesn't make any cost, and it will help to develop the game further.
Okay, so good. That's great. So I'll be coming back and see how this game develops. Okay?
Sure,
You let me know. Okay, thanks, Daniel. Gracias. Okay. Saludos. El asedio de Valer. Okay. So this is a siege game. I like siege games because siege games are desperate. But this is a 2-player game, so you have the. ¿Y quién es el español aquí? Who's the Spanish player?
El español está jugando él.
Okay.
Él está jugando con...
El filipino. Sí. Yo veo al filipino más contento aquí.
Va
Ah, no,
ganando el español.
va ganando el español. So Spanish player
Está
is winning.
está
Okay.
aguantando el verideo.
He's withstanding. Este juego es card driven.
Es una mezcla porque hay una primera fase
It's a
donde el
combination.
jugador juega una
The
serie de
first
eventos
phase,
con las cartas
The player plays an event with the cards.
Y el segunda, hay una fase de sucesión, en la segunda fase juegan
In
la
the second
puntuación.
phase, then you have action points, like me recuerdo, and then you do what you can do with the action points.
Exacto.
And you
Tú
never have enough
organi-
action
or-
points
you
to do
organize
everything.
your hand the best you can, so
Best you can. Okay.
decide later
Y
what's
tú,
the best
tú
way to-
eres, espérate, José Manuel Neva, es que ahora le pongo la cara al nombre. No, ok, tú tienes este juego y tú tienes otro juego de, de
Yo
cartas
tengo
de los
este juego de
tercios.
cartitas sobre los
Ah, sí.
Spanish tercios.
Ok.
Este lo presenté en el concurso de solitario de la
This is a
BGG
solitaire game.
last year.
Uno de mis suscriptores. Okay, espérate, I got a question here. Who's the publisher of the 30 Years War Game? That's going to be NAC War Games. Okay, but I was asked a question about solitaire games at the Bellota Con. Yo le dije que el Camino Español, ¿verdad? De Daniel. Y este es otro solitario.
Este es otro solitario.
And this
Este
is a game
es
about the
de 1 a
tercios.
2 jugadores.
Okay, so 1 to 2 player game where you are recreating the campaigns of the tercios, ¿verdad?
Tú tienes las formaciones y
Got
tienes una
formations.
serie de movimientos que tienes que
You have
seguir las
movements.
instrucciones del maestro de campo, que es commanding officer.
Okay, you have to
Te
follow
dice-
the instructions of the commanding
y
officer.
tienes que terminarlas antes del turno 12.
Okay, but it has some like a role-playing element there that you're obeying the orders of the commander. So that's
Tienes un campaign mode where you have different battles.
you have different battles with a campaign mode.
Example, like from Pels, Rockroy, they are ordered chronologically. Cerignola,
Okay.
Picoca, Pavia.
Okay, so it's based on actual
So
campaigns.
they explain the description historically, how it's the setup, and the instruction you have to follow in order to achieve victory.
Okay, and how do you achieve victory?
Victory, you have to finish the formation that
Ah.
they command you to do in less than 12 turns.
Okay, in less than 12 turns you have to finish the formation. Okay, so this is
You
what?
also can play 2 players,
Okay.
where you have competing against the other.
You have beautiful artwork there.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Es una cosa pero espectacular. I really like it. ¿Y esto cuándo va a estar disponible?
Probablemente puede que para abril o un poquito antes de abril puede que esté.
April or before April is going to be available. So this is really nice, really nice. Okay. So this, I always like siege games a lot. And this is Asedio Valer.
So you have in the Siege of Valer, you
Yes.
have the Philippine side where you have to construct 8 trenches
Yes.
around the charge.
So los filipinos construyen las trincheras
Los filipinos construyen
para que no se
trincheras,
escapen los españoles.
exacto, alrededor para mantenerlos encerrados.
The Filipinos have to construct trenches so that the Spanish can't escape. That's what you have these units around. You see the encirclement there by Philippine.
Another way, it's they have to break in one of the 4 areas. They
Okay.
have to break the defenses of the charge. So in that case, the end finish with extra points for the Philippine side. And the Spanish, basically, they have to stay the position until the end of the last turn, which is the 6th turn.
And that's where you have, it assumes that a relief column arrived or something. Los españoles tienen que aguantar hasta el último,
Aguantan
hasta que los releven.
337 días que estuvieron allí metidos, que son prácticamente casi 12 meses,
They have to withstand
aproximadamente 2 meses por turno.
337 days they historically were surrounded. So you have to practically achieve the historical result in order to win there. Okay. Este está precioso. Yo recuerdo
Está quedando
el año
bonito.
pasado estaba,
Era muy diferente,
ahora está
era más grande.
más grande,
y-
sí. Está muy bonito. And this is in the P500 for NAC War Games, right?
Correcto.
Así que this game, if you want to support and see this published, you can enroll yourself in the P500 game.
Correcto.
And
Todo va bien, al final de año podría que estuviese ya en movimiento.
entonces me está preguntando alguien, ese juego que está ya al final de la mesa.
Ese de marca Aliaga que no ha podido venir es el Vals. El Vals es un juego tipo napoleónico.
Okay, vamos allá un momento. Okay, let's take a look at it. This is a Napoleonic type game, 1809. Okay, so this is ¿cómo se llama? La ofensiva del Danubio,
Los
esto.
españoles contra los franceses. Dime.
Oh, Vals, españoles contra los franceses. Esto es en España. This is Spanish.
Suma el sumatorio de las dos.
This is a part of the War of Independence. Spanish versus French.
Máximo 5 dados.
Okay.
Los españoles, ¿en qué turno estamos? 4. Quita la
This
ficha
looks
de
like.
españoles.
Esto se parece mucho al Saladin.
Eso se mueve durante el suceso. ¿Habéis tirado la
We
ficha
got
del suceso?
the Duck Overlord. Good morning. Okay, this is the name of the game is Vals 1809. Okay, you're welcome. This looks like the Saladin system by Shakos. Looks very. It's the Battle of the Port of Gos. Let's see if I can get the focus working. Let's see if the autofocus is working. Now it's working. Okay. So you see, yeah, it reminds me. You have the formation cards outside here for each of the different formations, keeping track of. I don't know if that's cohesion or morale. And you got the same on the French side here. You have some cards there, Laurent Saint Cyr and Theodore Redding there. It's a Spanish commander. But I think the designer couldn't make it to this one. So that's another one by NAC.
También estoy trabajando en un juego sobre el Cid Campeador.
El Cid Campeador.
No es oficial todavía en el P500, pero seguramente el año que viene lo tengamos aquí para jugarlo ya.
Ok, del Cid Campeador. Pues el año que viene vamos a estar aquí, lo estaremos cubriendo. Te deseo mucho éxito con el asedio de Valer y con... ¿Cómo es? Sí.
Tachmento. Este juego está en esperanto. El idioma esperanto, entonces se pronuncia como una...
Okay. Tachmento. Okay, that's the one about the Spanish tercios.
Significa destacamento, escuadrón, squad.
Se ve muy interesante, muy bien. Pues muchas gracias.
Gracias a ti.
Okay.
Gracias.
¿Cómo no? And this is another game by Carlos Marquez. This is Imperial Fever. We came yesterday here. So he's going to be later on showing the game, I suppose. And here we see the other side of the hill being played. This is the one that I've been waiting for a long time. See what you see here. Wait, this is not another side of the hill. Which one is this? ¿Qué juego es este?
Europa Universalis.
Ah, Europa Universalis. Sí. Ah, míralo aquí. Está bien. This is Europa Universalis. Okay. Okay. The board game. Wow. It's a lot of little pieces and very nicely done. Very nice production. You have, let me see how many players you got there. You got 6 players. Okay. And here we arrive at the end of, oh, not the end, we're not the end. This is Asturias, 1936, 1937, designed by Pedro Iñaki Martinez, who's here. And he's doing a blind testing, letting the players play the game by themselves to see if they understand the rules. ¿Quién es el nacional aquí? Nacional, ajá. No está muy contento el nacional. No está muy contento. He's not very happy, the nationalist player.
Nos han roto todos los puentes.
They've broken all the bridges, those Asturian miners, huh? Yeah. Haciendo candela. Muy bien. We're going to later talk to Pedro Iñaki about the game. And this is a game he designed and he did the graphics. And if you look at the map, it looks like a map in the same vein as Paths of Glory. But this he did on his own. He is the designer and the graphic artist. So that's pretty special. There's not a lot of people who can do that. And he's talking there to Ivan Cáceres, who's also a great graphic artist. And here is the other side of the hill. And you have Carlos Marquez there giving tips to the players. They're drawing an event card. The other side of the hill. This convention is in Badajoz, Spain. And Badajoz 36 is being played here, the game that I covered last year, and I'll be talking to Jesus as the designer. And you have the game about the Falklands, Malvinas, 1982. You see the designer here, Chema Rando, explaining to the players. See if we can zoom in here. Okay. So let's keep on walking. We're about to end. We're at the end here of NAC. You see Holland 44 being played here. Classic by Mark Simonich. You have the King in the North being played here, which uses a system very similar to Sekigahara for the first Carlist war. You have the Carlist in red and the government in blue. This was a kind of Spanish civil war that happened in the 19th century. Not a lot of games on it. You have here Brotherhood and Unity, which is one of my favorite CDGs. And it's a 3-player game. ¿Cómo va ese juego? Tú eres
Aquí complicado. El Borneo pasándolo mal.
¿El Borneo lo está pasando mal?
Muy mal.
Sí, ok.
El serbio pega fuerte.
Sí, yo sé. Están empezando. ¿Esto al principio?
Estamos terminando casi.
No, si el Borneo está mal al final, está mal.
Totalmente.
Está adelante.
Nos queda un turno solo.
Okay, they got one more turn to go, and the Serbs are doing well. Okay. Okay, so this is a great game by Tomislav Cipcic. 3-player, true 3-player game. You can't gang up on one player here; it won't work. So yeah, it's a very unique game, very nicely produced. Also by Compass, and here by NAC Wargames, produced it in Spanish. Looks really well-produced game. And here we have the NAC section where you can purchase their games. They're for sale here. And they have games original by other publishers, and they have their own games that are coming up. And this is the name of the game that we saw over there that you asked me about. It's Vals 1809. So that's the game that was at the end of the table. So, I love this game. Which one is that? Probably Brotherhood and Unity you're talking about. Okay, so let me get back to my headquarters here, because I got to take a break myself. We've been going at it for an hour and 20 minutes. I'm walking around with this. This equipment is a bit heavy. After the convention, I'll find a way to light it up a little bit. So let's switch to the other camera here. Okay, so here we are. So what I'll be doing, I have Victor Catala to interview him, because he's the designer of Downfall of Empires and Downfall of the Third Reich, but he has another one coming up. I don't know if it's the same system. It looks similar, but it's not. I don't think it's a World War II game. So that one, I'm interested in interviewing him. I'll be interviewing also Pedro Iñaki on his Asturias game, and I'm sure I'll be doing some other interviews. So I'm going to take a break, and I want to thank each one of you guys for tuning in. And as I always say, this is Stuka Joe signing off for now. Stay tuned for more coverage of the 6th Bellota Con and Thanks for watching, guys.